Japan says North Korea appears to have fired a ballistic missile over its territory. The government in Tokyo initially warned citizens to take cover, but now says the missile appears to have flown over into the Pacific Ocean. Joining me now is North Asia correspondent James Oaten. James, run us through the events from this morning.
Well, there's been a flurry of ballistic missile launches from North Korea this year. By Japan's count, there's been 23 this year and 5 in the past week alone. So getting news of a ballistic missile launch from North Korea isn't really that uncommon anymore. But what made this unique is that the missile flew over Japan, and that hasn't happened since 2017. Normally the missiles land in the Sea of Japan or around there, the waters between Korea and Japan. As a consequence of this missile, it triggered what's known as the J alert system, and that's a national system designed to warn residents about a possible disaster. So residents in the north of this country where the missile flew over, they were urged to seek immediate shelter. Television broadcasts were interrupted, train services were temporarily suspended, and it's around 20 minutes before the news finally did filter through that indeed the rocket had gone over Japan and then was likely crashing in the Pacific Ocean.
How has Japan's government reacted?
Rather angrily, as you can imagine. Prime Minister Fumio Kishida, in a hastily organised press conference, labelled the actions of Pyongyang as outrageous and reckless. The government here will be further protesting to Pyongyang and speaking with its allies. Now, in the end, this missile did crash around 3,000 kilometres from Japan, but the fact is this would have really startled authorities here. Irrespective of the intended crash site, North Korean missiles do fail, and this would have certainly been seen as a threat to the lives and livelihoods of Japanese people. There are no reports of damage, fortunately. The question now is whether any kind of debris may have fallen off the rocket. That's something Japanese authorities will now investigate. The bigger concern from all this is, of course, whether North Korea will soon conduct a nuclear test. It hasn't done one since 2017 as well, but there have been warnings all year that the country will soon or is almost ready to conduct a nuclear test. So that's something both authorities in Japan and South Korea will be watching out for.
James Oaten reporting from Tokyo.